Asa G. Hilliard was a professor of urban education at Georgia State University. He stated, "I have never met a child who wasn't a genius." He had never met a child who wasn't a genius. Imagine if every educator believed, understood, and looked for the genius in every child. African American young men would experience a positive life outcome. Every day, as I engage with my young men and I walk through the hallways, I constantly ask myself the same question. Why is it no one sees the genius that I see? Why is it that no one sees Darnell Adams, who enjoys coming to school every day, second grader, is excited about learning, the smartest young man in his class? Why is it no one sees that? Why is it so difficult for some educators to engage and unlock the possibilities that exist in these young men, to show them their brilliance, their creativity, their intelligence? All of this is within them. Are we truly trying to empower our young men, or are we trying to render them invisible? Let me ask you a question. When you see an African young man, do you see his possibilities? Or do you look through a lens that has been jaded and clouded by the negative stereotypes and the images that exist in our media? Do you see the drug dealers? Do you see gangbangers? Do you see gang members? Who do you see? I believe we have rendered our young men invisible. These stereotypes had led us to have a school system locally with one of the lowest graduation rates for African American young men, where 50% of our African American young men perform below proficiency on a reading level test. Nationally, unarmed African American young men are being murdered justifiably. We have rendered them invisible. But there is a solution. We can come together. We can use my blueprint for 5 essential elements to make that invisible genius, a visible genius. It starts with relationship, not the relationship that we hear most of the time. Well, I know his name and I understand. Truly getting to know that individual. What are his dreams? What is his interests? What are his hopes? What are his goals? Does he have goals? And if he does not have goals, assist him to looking for those goals and show him how he can get to that path. There's a misconception. Relationship means trying to be a friend. On my day-to-day, when I interact with my young men, we're not trying to be friends. I let it be known. I am an adult here to educate you. And there's a line that separates us. That line is respect. I am an adult and you are a child. But whatever that young man needs, I am there to assist him. That is the expectations. Expectations must exist. Modeling. If I'm going to have expectations for that young man, he needs to see what it looks like, what it sounds like, and it has to be consistent. Right and wrong has no color. Whatever is right for black is right for white. Just because they look different, do not lower the expectations. Encourage. If they're doing wrong, make sure they know, Mr. Vickers, all of my students know, Mr. Vickers loves me. And sometimes you have to say that. I say that. I love you. I believe in you. These are the things that you need to do to be successful. And the last, communicate. These young men, they want to listen. They also want to be heard. They want to be inspired. They want to be validated. They want to know that there is a possibility. And this blueprint works. I see it every day, and I am a result of this blueprint. Samuel L. Hill, principal at Frederick Douglass High School in Atlanta, Georgia, used this blueprint to see what you see and to make what you see in front of you today. He took a young man, established a relationship, set expectations, modeled his behavior consistently, encouraged me, and continuously communicated with me. So the next time you see an African American young man, see the genius. Thank you.